vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. No, you're not. Oh. Hey, you look familiar. What? That makes no sense. You're blind as a bat. I get it. Good one.
Oh, hey, looky over here, sir. We've got 2 Ben Afflecks here. What? Uh-oh, no good, sir.
Hey, so, can I get in on this? Sure. Here, be my guest. You suck.
Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review. Today we're taking a look at a DC Comics Multiverse figure, and it's the armored Batman from the upcoming Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. So we're just a couple months away from this film. Here it is at, it's about mid-January, and the action figures are already coming out. They've put out some Multiverse figures, which is kind of, I guess, the DC-ish equivalent of Marvel Legends. They also had some deluxe figures. They've got a whole variety of stuff. There's actually a YouTube video I will post here with me going to Toys R Us last week and actually looking at a bunch of the different figures. And I was really tempted to pick up a few of them. However, man, a lot of them I just don't know about. I just wasn't very impressed with them. The Aquaman figure looked okay, and I was hoping to find a Wonder Woman, but they didn't have any, so I couldn't really see her in hand. And really, the only one that truly sparked my interest was this version of Batman. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. Alright, so here we have Bats in the box, and it looks pretty decent. I like the packaging. I like the look of it. We've got him sitting in there. I actually went through a few of these figures on the shelf to find one that had the best paint apps on the face. And the other thing I noticed, the belt, some were more washed out than others. So finding one I kind of liked was interesting. But of all the figures, I went ahead and picked this one up. I thought he looked the best from what was available. And he was the second most popular or most common figure, I guess, up on the shelf. It was this guy and then the regular Ben Affleck Bat. So, yeah, kind of interesting. But we got Batman down there. It says, collect and connect. You can make a grapnel blaster replica, which is kind of interesting. We get the Batman vs. Superman logo up there. Nothing really on that side except for the logo. This side's got a picture of Batman and a write-up, so just kind of show the artwork here. Looks pretty cool. Who's that in the background? Look at it. I can't tell if it's Ben Affleck or Superman or somebody that has been smoldered by Superman's heat beams. Kind of interesting, but yeah, the artwork's pretty cool. Here's the write-up. If you want to pause and read that, you're more than welcome to. Then this side just has the picture of the Batman vs. Superman logo. That looks really sick. I like that a lot. And of course, there is Batman in the packaging. It says DC Multiverse. So yeah, pretty cool. Here is the back of the package. Very interesting. It's got a little write-up about the DC Multiverse up here. Here's the grapnel blaster that you can build. All the other figures that come in the line. Now, the interesting thing about this grappling gun, it takes 8 figures to build. So we get the first 4 figures in wave 1 here. It says figures 5 through 8 coming soon. With Superman, the 2 versions of Batman and Wonder Woman being wave 1, I mean, who are we going to get in the second wave? We'll get probably an Aquaman, because we've already seen him in deluxe form. I'm guessing we're going to get a Lex Luthor. They had an armored version of him, and then we'll either get Doomsday, which I would presume we'll get a Doomsday figure, and then the fourth one, I'm not really sure. We may get, like Batman, where we had a regular Lex Luthor, the skinny Riddler-looking version of him, and then one in a power suit maybe, because we've already got a power suit Lex. If you go back and watch that Toys R Us hunt, you'll see that. But yeah, kind of interesting. And then this grappling gun, it's very steampunk. The wooden handle, it looks steampunk to me. I don't know. This is very strange. Why would it be wooden and not black? I don't get that. Very, very odd. What do you guys think about that? Leave a comment. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. And then here are the other figures in the wave. And to be honest, I did not like the sculpts on these. Wonder Woman looks nothing like the actress. The Superman and Batman just look bad. Especially Batman. He looks really, really bad. I did not like him at all. So that is why I went ahead and picked this figure up. I like the sculpt on this one. I think it looks pretty decent. And of all the figures in Wave 1, I think he looked the best. I don't know. So let's go ahead and get him out of package and see what we think. And here we have Batman out of the package, and this is not a bad figure, but it's not a great figure. I like it more than I dislike it. There are things that are kind of annoying about it, but nothing that would make me say, this is a terrible piece of crap, don't ever buy it. We'll kind of talk about that here in a second, but let's talk about his little piece that he comes with for the grapnel gun, and it's kind of metallic-y painted. The weird thing is, this is a really heavy rubber. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting a hard plastic piece. But yeah, this is rubber. A very heavy rubber, but rubber nonetheless. So that's kind of interesting. That's a very tiny, minuscule piece to come with Batman. Why would you put that itty-bitty piece in the box with Batman? I don't know. It's just very, very strange to me. But anyway, I will probably never build that grapnel gun because I really don't care for the other figures after holding them in hand. I don't like the sculpts. But anyway, Batman. So, yeah, I think probably my biggest gripe would be the weapon. If you look here, see how he's holding it? It's really the only way you can get him to hold it because his hands look like that and they will not open up far enough to get the stock of the hand grip will not fit in there, and even if you could, this piece would hit the back of his arm and he could never hold it. And this thing is nasty looking. I wonder if this is like a kryptonite gun or if it shoots rubber bullets. I guess we'll find out. I'm guessing since it's with the powered up armored Batman that he fights Superman with, very Dark Knight Returns-ish, I'm guessing it's got some kind of kryptonite style bullets. I guess we're going to find out. Now, that being my biggest gripe with the figure, I guess my other one is this particular leg is just a little bit loose in the joint, which that's a very minor nitpick, I guess. I mean, I've had Marvel Legends where you could sit there and just and see that one kind of wiggles a little bit, kind of like a Marvel Legends hip in some of those molds. But yeah, I don't care much for that. And then another gripe is this cape is permanently on him. It'd been nice to be able to take the cape off. I think that would have looked cool, just him in the armor. And then the other issue is the detail. Too much detail. You know, reviewers, we complain when there's not enough detail and too much detail. But these feet, while the feet are awesome looking, I love the design. It just looks like shit-kicking boots. That kind of makes him difficult to stand. You kind of have to find the right... See, look at that. You got to find the right spot for him to stand with those shoes like that, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I like the figure. I think the paint looks nice. We'll get some close detail shots and everything. Looks pretty good. It's a hefty figure, definitely. As far as articulation goes, we'll start with the head. His head turns left and right. Does not move up and down much at all, which is a shame. His arms will go out that far. They're on a ball socket. They can rotate right there. They have a single joint elbow. And his wrists swivel. There is no up and down motion, which is a shame. He does have a waist swivel. He is on a ab crunch. However, it only looks up that far. And then it does not go down at all, which is weird. I don't get that. And then his legs come out that far, and he's got these gaping gaps up in there, which is kind of strange. They do move up that way. He's got joints at his knees, single joints, but they don't move very much, and they're awkward. They're very strange. I don't know if it's the design or what. And then his feet do rotate upward like that, and then they rotate back like that. There is no ankle pivot at all in the figure, which is very, very strange to me. But overall, I mean, it's okay. DC is not known for making really cool action figures like Marvel Legends per se, but this is pretty close, I think. So let's go ahead and compare Batman to a few Marvel Legends. Here we've got Batman next to the Walgreens exclusive Daredevil, and they're about the same height, really. Batman's a lot bulkier, which I really like about this figure. I think that is very cool looking. But yeah, the articulation compared to this Legends figure just isn't there. It's close, but it's no cigar. Here we've got Batman next to another dark and broody, vengeful character, Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider's taller than Batman, which is kind of interesting. I never really pictured Ghost Rider that tall. I guess I could see him that tall, especially with the little flame job on his head there. But definitely interesting to see the two of them together. And just to see Batman next to kind of a bigger Marvel Legends figure, here is Anti-Venom. And, I mean, proportion-wise, the chests are about the same width. The arms, the upper arms look about the same width, and so do the legs. But Anti-Venom definitely has some height over Batman. And finally, here we have the Batman vs. Superman Armored Batman next to the 112 Batman, which it's still my favorite Batman. This is probably the coolest Batman figure I have ever owned and will own for a long time. It's going to take a lot to top this badass. So taking a look at the detail on the figure itself, I love the paint apps. I mean, it looks very nice, very well brushed. The eyes, I like how they have the eyes in there. The face sculpt looks okay. He's very snarly looking. The upper chest looks nice. The cape actually looks very well integrated onto the action figure, especially around the backside there. They've got the nice metal brush going on there with the flat black plastic vinyl cape. The detail on the back of the neck looks nice. I love the short, squat ears. Overall, the paint apps on this figure are absolutely beautiful and, well, frankly, I think better than a lot of the Marvel Legends figures. So taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, a lot of really nice detail. Love the belt. Love the faded copper goldish color to it. The chest is nice. His little waist there. I love the brass kind of look on the little wings on the gauntlets. I think that looks really, really sick. Very heavy looking. And then again, they just use a flat black on the vinyl of the cape. Lots of good detail as far as the wrinkles go. The cape's not too long, and I mean, it works for the figure. Definitely looks nice and armored and old and beat up. And then finally, looking at the legs on the figure, definitely cool. I like the armored look. Having the spikes on the boots on the side like the gauntlets is interesting. The kneecaps look nice. I like the spikes on the boot and the big metal band. It just makes it difficult to allow this figure to stand upright. Now the interesting thing is, looking at the bottom of the cape, love all those wrinkles. I think that looks really, really nice, but the cape itself is not spiked like we usually see with a Batman figure, and that's okay. I mean, it works for this version. Definitely. It just, I mean, it looks heavily armored, and I think it pulls the look off from the movie pretty well. So one thing that didn't really kind of come out on the close-up detail of the figure is the cape itself. As far as what's underneath, you can actually bend that up and you can see that there is a lot of detail under there. They did not skimp out on the detail, and the paint apps that they did use did go all the way around, so I do appreciate that. I thought that was pretty cool that they finished everything out under a cape that does not come off of the figure. So is the Armored Batman from Batman vs. Superman a figure that you want in your DC collection? You know, if you're a DC fan and you like the DC action figures, you're definitely going to dig this figure. If you are a Marvel Legends type of collector, but you do crossover with DC like myself, It's not a bad figure. This is not the all-time best figure I've ever seen for Batman, but it's not the worst. While it doesn't have quite the articulation that a Marvel Legends figure does, it's still in the scale of a Marvel Legends figure, and quite frankly, I think the detail on this is better than a Marvel Legends figure. We got a lot more sculpted detail. I think they put a lot more attention to the paint apps on this figure than we get on a lot of the Marvel Legends. Not all of them. We do get some really nicely done Marvel Legends, but overall I think this one's painted and sculpted a little bit better. If they would have put a little bit more engineering on the joints, I think it would have been a bit better, but that's probably a budgetary. It was probably a cross balance between the two. And as far as the rest of the movie figures we've seen so far, this one is absolutely the best. I do not like the regular Batman version. It looks very gimpy looking. The Wonder Woman from the picture looks nothing like the actress, and the Superman just looks really, really off. I may get the Batman and Superman if they go on sale. Wonder Woman I may pick up because this will be the first movie Wonder Woman figure that we've actually gotten. So I'll wait to see that in hand before I make a decision on it. But absolutely, this is the best figure from the movie line thus far. So there he is, the armored Batman from Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share. And as always, look for more videos in the future.